Close the windows. Okay, trying to get some of the glare off. Hey, Christy, how are you? I'm glad somebody found me. I think I need some tutorials on how to go live. Oh, mowing the grass. We finally got rain after last week's blistering heat. We got 3/4 of an inch. That's pretty good. And the temperature dropped down to the 80s from 100. So I think that's really good. Really good. I had to start this stream over. Because I couldn't get my first one to work. So I don't know. I don't know why I'm so bad at this, but I am. Said it was waiting for me. Yeah, we're supposed to have rain every day, sometimes 30%, sometimes 40% every day for like a week. And that's pretty good because I mean my pond is low, everything is suffering. Um, I don't want the fish to start walking out of the pond. It's getting that low. Um, Trying to figure out how to delete the first try so people don't get confused. Um, isn't that crazy? Hey, Spring, I'm glad you popped in. I am having the worst time going live stream. I had to try it a couple of times. Now I got to go back and delete the others. I'll have to talk to somebody about it. Hey, Donna, how are you? Good morning. Um, so yeah, uh, it's been raining, so I didn't know if I was even going to get on today because sometimes you know how that affects it. Yeah, Spring, I think I need to talk to somebody who really can help me to get these going. Um, hey Sally, how are you? Good. I'm glad you're having a good day. Christy, my pond in Tennessee is grown up. I didn't try to get close to it, didn't have tall boots. Oh, yeah, you need tall boots and a really long stick to pound the grass. But I don't have to worry about that. I have ducks that spend time at my pond, and we have goats down there and a couple of alpacas down there. So they do keep it kind of cleaned up. They do. Um, so we just, you know, I have I have still I did kind of take a week off. I did go into a few lives, but I just needed to kind of regenerate here after last Sunday. Well, it's been over a week now. Father's Day Sunday. Um we had 3 deaths in our family in the last 2 weeks. Um First, my mom's first cousin, he was close to 90. He lives in Texas, so we didn't even know about that one until last week. And um, then my brother, Jack, and then who's the other oh, another cousin's wife, and that was a few days ago. I know it's just like all this week, and they were all within 10 years of each other in age, um, and all had health complications. But I mean, it still doesn't make it any easier. Um, hey, Built Loop 29. I'm glad you're here too. Um, we still, apparently, there's a lot of weddings going on in California, and it's very difficult to find a venue to have his life celebration, is what celebration of life. So I will be going to California as soon as the date's set, and uh, it looks like it's going to be around the 16th. So I do have a short bit of time to prepare. Um, but I didn't realize that the venues were so hard to come by. I guess everybody's deciding to get married this year since the pandemic has ruined the last couple of years for the summer weddings. But we're just trying to find a good venue that he would have approved of. He wasn't, big on big drinking parties, and so we're not going that way. Weddings and funerals, Donna said. She lives in the area where we're going to have this celebration, and she's going through old photographs that um, my sister-in-law actually gave her his photos. So there's a bunch of photos in there that we have not seen or hasn't seen in a long time. Some when we were children. So they're all going through photographs to get, I guess they show kind of a little running slideshow. So there's really a lot to prepare for. Um, but the venue has been the worst. Hey, Miss Gigi, how are you? Donna says celebration of life difficult due to the weddings and other celebrations. So they thought they found a really nice one, but when they went to, well, without saying any names, so when they went to view it or get a look at it, it was dirty. It had dead bugs laying everywhere, and these people were going to cater food for us. So we did. There's no way. And we're talking about these big, in Florida, they call them palmetto bugs, but in Georgia too. But I don't know what they call them. They're just great big giant roach bugs. But they were all over the place. They were dead. So somebody had sprayed, but it didn't look really good um, for cleanliness, because if we wanted to prepare our food, we certainly didn't want to have to deal with that. So you just can't tolerate a nasty kitchen. and especially when you're preparing food for that many people. So, so they're still on the hunt, and we're still looking at the 16th. Did y'all know how much um, airline tickets are? Oh my gosh! When I thought I was going to go right after he came out of surgery, yes, I'm in Georgia. I'm down near Augusta, um, 90 miles from Atlanta. Uh, but when I thought I was going to go for, like the next day, the ticket was around $800 round trip, which I thought, oh my gosh, I used to go to California for $200 round trip. That shows you how long it's been since I flew. Um, but now, because even with a 2 week notice, they're anywhere from 1,000 to $1,300. Why did they go up? Oh, the only thing I can think of is the summer, and the summer rates went up. Hey, Tony, Kettle Kitchen, how are you? I've been watching your Jam It Up June videos. That jam is looking really good. Um, Belt Loop, will y'all be going to the Milton, Florida Homesteaders meet in October? Um, Probably not this year because now I need to go to California. So, and that's going to take a big chunk of change to figure that out. Um, and the fuel cost. I mean, any other time I would drive to California, it'd take me about 3 days or so. But with the fuel cost, you might as well fly. But I just can't believe that plane tickets for a round trip at the least is $1,000. And of course that, you know, that's 2 layovers and 13 hours, and I mean, taking as economy as I can. Um, so yeah, but yeah, in Georgia, we're having a lot of rain this week. After last week, we baked and cooked. Almost everything in my garden is starting to show the heat. Um, So yeah, it's bad. Um, Sally, what'd you say? I just got tickets for my son to come to Florida. The tickets weren't bad, but they charge crazy prices for seats and luggage. I know. I think maybe I just need to take a backpack and just, I don't know. I've been warned that I need to bring a suitcase because there's some things I need to bring home. But I may just, you know, I don't know, pick up a suitcase there. So if they're going to charge you for an empty suitcase, um, but yeah, that I mean that is just total unrealistic. And they used to give you bereavement cost when you've traveled, and there's not an option for that. So mail them home. Yeah, Sally, that's right. Would and um, Donna and I have been mailing things back and forth, and she's mailed more my way than I have hers. But, the cheapest you can get for a small box anymore is like 15, $16. And you can't get a whole lot in it. It used to be, I mean, weight wise, you can put what you can in it, I guess. But um, I guess I say, I'm not going to say back in the day because that's way back. Back in the 70s and 80s when we went to California, my mother used to take a Greyhound, and it was like, 30 or $40 for a Greyhound to go from California to Oklahoma to visit family. But and then you could actually take boxes down and ship them and mail them to wherever you're going. So without you on the bus. But I don't know if they do that any longer. I'm not even sure if Greyhound is even still working. I mean, we even took trains to go across country, but it doesn't really matter. It's so expensive, but I really need to go. I think my two oldest siblings uh, probably will not be there. Um, so it, one because he has a lot of health issues and he doesn't want to get around people, um, especially flying and going into restaurants and he doesn't want to take any chances. His daughter and son-in-law and grandson had the big the big virus, and I don't know how he kept from getting it. Um, Donna says, I got clothes here you can wear. Yeah, see? I could go to Walmart for $10 you can get a little dress. And that's a whole lot cheaper than carrying um than paying them extra just to take a suitcase. So I don't know. I'll do what I have to do to get there, but I certainly am not looking forward. I'm sure that when they quoted that price of $1,024, somewhere along the line, there's some more charges they haven't told you about. So, uh, yes, they do ship packages um, for Greyhound. Hey, Cinta, how are you? Um, yeah, I mean, that was a great way to ship, especially boxes. When my brother, my middle brother was in the military, he boxed up a lot of stuff and he would send us packages and stuff, and it always came Greyhound. So, but I don't, I was just shocked that last week I could have got a plane out the very next day from Augusta, gone to Charlotte, had a short layover, and then gone to Phoenix. And I would have been going to Phoenix. He was in the hospital there. Um, it was 800 and some dollars. But then a week later, it's it's over 1,000. I haven't seen anything under 1,000, but as high as 1,600. And I just can't imagine. Now, and that's staying 6 days, going in the middle of the week, coming back in the middle of the week, trying to use those advantages, and it's like kind of crazy. But if I had not as many animals or obligations at home, I would go and stay longer and I would drive, just so I would have my car. But that's really not a problem because family have cars, and they can drive Miss Daisy around. I don't mind asking them. Um, so that's what in the last week we've been dealing with is uh, one cousin's one cousin was already the funeral already happened when we found out about it. The second one only had a graveside service the next day in Oklahoma, so we couldn't get to that one. So, but this one I am determined to go. So if I don't go anywhere else the rest of the year, I'm doing this. This is what I need to do and where I need to be. I have two brothers, younger brothers in Bakersfield, my sister, my aunt and uncle, cousins. So most of her family is in that area. What'd you say, Christy? Oh, Cinta, you said if you can buy in advance, you get a break on the price. I thought so. Well, we're talking, well, they're talking about the 16th or somewhere a couple of days before that, I'll go out and come back like on the 20th. So, I've still got 2 weeks, but it was worse because I waited. If I go out tomorrow, it'll be cheaper than if I go in 2 weeks. All I can think of is they are raising the prices because it's July and it's summertime, and you know, so they're going to punish us. Would you say, Christy? It's hard to get away with animals. I worry about mine while I'm gone. Yes, I do worry about mine. We have scaled down some. We don't have as many goats, but we still have around 20. So we've scaled down at least 25 of those. So we have scaled down a lot because the cost of feed and everything else. Um, and we're in the middle of remodeling our farmhouse, so we're kind of, you know, you know, life happens. Okay, things that you don't, you know, plan on. But the animals, my daughter and son live on the farm, and their families. And I have another son that is not far from here, and my husband's here. So they can feed and water them, except when the cows decide they want to get out in the middle of the day, then that causes a problem. They got out 2 days ago, all five of them. That was my husband's fault. He didn't lock the gate good enough. So that was another drama. But we didn't nobody got hurt and the cars didn't hit them, but they were all out there kicking up their heels, eating all the leaves on the pecan trees and the persimmon trees. They were just going nuts. It was like candy. And I don't know how long they were out. We just came out in the morning. He went getting ready to go to work and he just happened to look over at the spring house and the 2,000-pound cow was over there munching on grass. It's like, ooh. So needless to say, I got woke up out of a dead sleep. And I'm not real sure how I was even dressed, but I really didn't care. So, but anyway, so that's what we've been kind of dealing with. That's why I haven't really been around much supporting everyone. And, you know, now that we got rain, I'm still trying to plan our shearing day because the sheep still have to be sheared. We have four. They're about a year old, so that they're not very old. And we have some alpacas that need to be sheared. So um, if it rains between now and the time I have to leave, we won't be able to do it. They have to be dry at least a week because we can't shear them wet. And believe me, after yesterday's 3/4 inch rain, they're wet, very wet. So things happen. That's all we can do. Oh, Betloop, you said you have two goats. Oh, they will do a good job cleaning your fence line, your leaves, your even sticks. The only thing that we really had to be worried about when we moved to the farm was we had to make sure that we didn't have any oleander, we didn't have any azaleas because Georgia's big in azaleas. Um, who did I miss? Hey, Southern Sandy, how are you? How is Texas weather? Um, you got to talk Tammy into letting them out of the pen. Are they not friendly goats? All of mine would follow me in the house. I mean, that's just the way they are. Now, there was a couple that I did cull, sent them to new homes because I got tired of having bruised knees. Every time I'd go in the pen, this one, she looked sweet and she had a broken horn, but man, she nailed my knee every time I went in there. So I finally got tired of that. I couldn't do that. But we've got a few babies left from the last season. They're about 8 to 12 weeks old. So they'll find new homes. Found two homes last week. Texas, 86 degrees in Texas right now. Okay. Because my family is in Wills Point and Wichita Falls. Um, so I'm not sure what kind of weather they're having over in that area. Um, but and hey, Glenn, how to garden? How are you? Hey, 12 Stones Ranch, I almost missed you. You're in Texas. Oh, okay. What area? Oh, you don't have to tell me the town, but just what area are you in? Um, actually, Christy, you're 88 in Alabama. Yeah, you're probably humid like me. Hey, Miss Southern Belle, I know where you're at. You're somewhere up near Atlanta, and it's been raining over there like it has been for us in Augusta. Um, Bakersfield is 104 today. Is that actual temperature? And 88 tomorrow. Oh, 12 Stones, you're near Dallas. Yeah. I haven't been to Dallas in a while. We have cousins in Mesquite and Flower Mound, and so it has been a few years since I've been over there. But man, I need to get on the road. Yeah, Miss Southern Belle, Marietta. My husband used to work for a plant up there, and we had an apartment in Marietta. That's how I learned about. There's a little Aussie place where you can get meat pies in Marietta in the little square. And what's the name? Marietta Diner. That's my other favorite place there. But I hadn't been there in a while. Cinta, you're 84 in the redwoods of Northern California. Oh, those are nice. Those are so nice. I love it in that area. My sister, they camp all over California, and they're going on another camping trip. I do envy them because they can take off and go camping. They got rid of their chickens, so they don't have any animals to deal with. You should try the OK Cafe. Really? The next time we're up that way, I think I will. OK Cafe. I love cafes though too. They're not too big and too much going on. Marietta Diner, you go in if anyone's ever been there, you go in and sometimes the wait is long to get in, depending on whether or not if you go after church or whatever, because it's always really busy. But they got the best appetizers and oh my gosh, if you really want cake, these cakes are like uh they probably fit on an 11-inch cake plate. I mean, they're that huge and they're just as tall. They're awful. They're you can get sick eating those because they're good. Belt Loop, you're in Mississippi. Oh, nice. It's been a while. We used to take a lot. We traveled a lot. We've traveled all over the United States, except for Michigan. Gosh, I got to get Michigan so I can quit saying that. But we have been in every state. Some just short time, and some we've camped in. Some we've lived in. Some we've just visited. And we used to do antiquing for about 10 years. So we loved going and doing antiquing. Um, but it's like I don't know why I've missed that one state. And I've only done half of Route 66, so we have to do the northern half of Route 66. But we did the first half that goes all the way to California. From Oklahoma to California, we've done that part. So I do miss traveling, but when you have so many animals, it's just not feasible to be gone for a month at a time. And everyone uh everyone that has day jobs. I'm the only one that doesn't have a day job. Well, I have a day job. It's just not a paying day job. So, oh, Christy, you said you used to sell antiques too? Oh, that was oh my gosh, it was one of my favorite things. And we always took a trailer, and that enclosed trailer, it was always full coming back. Either we ran out of road or we ran out of money. But we've been on those 250-mile yard sales. One was from Alabama somewhere. I'm trying to think of the name of the town, but get not Gatsburg. Anyway, I'll think of it. But and it went all the way up to Ohio. We didn't it never made it to Ohio. We got to Kentucky before we'd already filled up. So yeah, that was really, really good. Oh, hey, Drunken Chef Barbecue, you're in Arizona. Okay, my family lives in Bullhead City. I have not visited their house. That is my brother that I just lost. So my sister-in-law and her mother are still there, but I would love to visit because from what I hear, it's really close to the casinos, and occasionally I do like to go and pull the one-armed bandits. Um, as a matter of fact, I think Donna was there yesterday. I don't know if she won any money, but Gadsden, yes, that was it. And that one went to Kentucky. There was one that went to Ohio, and I can't remember it. I think it was 500 miles long, but we never made the whole thing because, like I said, we'd be gone that whole week. We've done shorter ones from Brunswick to Macon. We've done, some shorter ones also, but I like them because the whole town, you drive through these little towns and the whole town will set up, even the fire department, they had tables out there and people would, you know, selling. Everybody was selling. And there's some great, great stuff on those yard sales, antique stuff, and not just typical clothes and glassware. These were really cool implements, farm implements, and I got some original barn wood from a Kentucky barn that they were tearing down, and they made tables, and I still have a couple of them I kept for myself. But did I miss anybody else in the chat? I had to take my glasses off because the glare was so high. So I have to see. Oh, let's see. Whose videos? Drunken Chef Barbecue. Yeah. Yeah. Those are good videos. Um, my trouble is I have so many channels I like to watch, it's hard to watch them all. Do y'all feel that way too sometimes? It's like you end up watching one video here and there, but then you go back and it's like I've missed 5 videos. And so yeah, it's hard to fit time in for every one of the channels that I really love watching. Um, so yeah, you do too? Yeah. And I feel like I'm letting them down because they come and support me, and they check out channels. Hey, how are you, Nisi? I know you're fixing to have surgery. I just want to wish you good luck on that knee surgery. um my uh my second to oldest brother, he had knee surgery a couple of years ago and did really well with it. And he was already 70. So um and you're young, so so I know you're going to do good. But oh, Miss Southern Belle, you watch a lot of people too? Yeah, I mean, you do lives, you do a lot of lives, and I used to love to go in the lives, but sometimes it's hard for me to stay up late when you do those late ones. Even though I stay up late, I'm always doing something to catch up from the day. Yes, Nisi, you're going in tomorrow morning. Oh, yours is a full hip replacement, not a knee. Okay, I knew that. Um, oh, you already had your right one done. Oh, wow. Well, I know you're going to do good then. You lost all that weight and got skinny, and you're looking good, so that ought to help you too, right? Yeah. Oh, you've been doing some in the morning, Miss Southern Belle? Yeah, and see the ones that do the live in the morning and the evenings right at feeding time. So sometimes I can listen while I'm feeding the animals and getting them all ready for bed, but I don't get to do anything on the phone because then my hands are dirty. And so yeah, Nisi, anything you can do to take your pressure off your joints. Um, I I've tried to get my knee fixed for years, and the doctors are like, "Oh, you're too young. You're too young." It's like, well, how old do I have to be? Um, so I now that I'm on Medicare, I haven't tried. So I guess I'm going to have to try again. Because I have arthritis in my left hip, and my right knee has no tissue between. It's like bone on bone. So every time I walk, it feels like somebody jabbed me in the knee. Um, so yeah, did I miss anybody in the chat? I don't mean to. Oh, y'all are doing good too. I got thumbs ups. I forget to ask, and I know that y'all all do it anyway, but I do forget to ask. Um, uh, Nisi says for some reason it's harder to get a knee replacement than a hip replacement. Really? And I just never could. I even tried to change doctors. It's like, okay, this doctor doesn't want to do anything for some reason. And y'all, some of you may relate to this. Some of you just may make you mad when a doctor says, well, all you need to do is lose some weight. God, I hate that. It's like, well, okay, if I could walk without pain, I may be walking more. But so I decided to change doctors, and the doctor I chose wouldn't see me because he's moved into the same practice. And it's like, well, crud. So I have to go to another town to see a different. It's like that whole practice merged with the whole town of Augusta, I guess. And so it's really made it difficult to change doctors. It's like, well, that other doctor's not doing anything. He doesn't act like he wants to help. Maybe he's getting close to retirement. Hey, treasure woman, how are you? I don't think I've seen you before. Where are you from? Um, Glenn says my hip has been giving me problems, have been walking with a limp. And that makes it harder, Glenn, because then it puts pressure on your back and your other knee. So we're kind of doomed either way. And I had one of those recumbent bicycles, and it just got in the way. It was huge, but it does take the pressure off your knees. And um, you know, I got it because I thought we were going to do the knee surgery, and they ended up wouldn't doing it, and so it just sat. So, but anyway, oh, she's a friend of yours. Hey, well, it's nice to meet you, um, treasure woman. Irene's Garden and More. You're from Knoxville, Tennessee. Nice place. I've been to Knoxville several times. Um, yeah. And I'm sure Niecy will be laid up, and once she gets to feeling like she's going stir crazy, she'll probably be watching everyone's videos, and which will be good. Give her something to do besides, wishing she was out working in the garden or something. Um, yeah, everybody say hi to Treasure Woman. Um, it's so nice to see you. Um, let's see. I guess I didn't miss anybody else. In the chat goes fast. It's hard to catch up with everyone. Um, but for those that came in late, I've been kind of off grid here a little bit. My brother had heart surgery. It didn't go well. Um, 2 weeks later, we lost him on Father's Day, which just coincidentally happened to be my father figure all my life, because my actual father, we lost him when I was 8. So I really didn't remember. And then a few days later, we found a cousin had passed away in Texas, Whitesboro. He had already been buried, so I couldn't go to that one. And then 3, 4 days ago, another cousin passed away. It's like, oh my gosh, in Oklahoma. So, and none of them are close to me. So it's very difficult to go. But we are planning, well, my sister-in-law is planning a celebration of life for my brother in Bakersfield. So I will be going to California um, somewhere around the 16th. I'll probably just be doing my work. I'll carry my computer, you know. So, but yes, it is very difficult, and especially I'm a long ways off, by a couple thousand miles. My sister is a little closer. She's about 5 hours from their home. So she has been over there a couple of times and was able to go to the hospital. And I was able to talk to him after surgery. Um, he didn't answer, but I was able to talk to him. But that still doesn't take the place. It's still difficult. Thank you. Thank you all. Um, and now it's just, it's hard because I can't just get up and go, um, without it costing you so much. And really, it doesn't matter how much it is. I'll do what I have to do to get there. But the airlines are, well, 2 weeks ago a week ago when this happened, the airlines was $800 round trip from Augusta to Phoenix. Well, yesterday and the day before, I've got 2 weeks to plan now, and the tickets are anywhere from 1,000 to 1,300 is average for a round trip to Bakersfield. It's like, oh my gosh, they're punishing. I just can't imagine. I know fuel's gone up and everything's gone up. They probably don't even have peanuts on the planes anymore. Um, because everybody has peanut allergies now, so everyone has to be careful. Hey, Sugar in the Attic, how are you? Yes, it is afternoon, isn't it? See, I lose track of time. Um, we're we're 12:44 in Georgia. Um, but then all you on the West Coast are 2, 3 hours difference. So yeah. So that's what I'm dealing with, and you know, it life is what it is, and you deal with it when it happens. It's difficult, and you try to be, you know, you try to see the points of, you know, he would not have wanted to linger. He went into shock. His body went into shock, and all of his major organs were damaged. And he would not have wanted to go to a rest home, nursing facility, whatever they call them. He just would not have wanted to. And, um, you know, so he actually took that out of our hands. So we didn't have to make that decision, but it's still difficult. But um, he is one of 11 siblings. Um, he's a half brother to six of us. Um, so there's a lot of siblings still left. Try the train station in Atlanta. That's one thing I haven't thought about is taking the train. Um, Before we would have to drive down to Florida. I think Jacksonville has the train goes from there to California. My mother used to take it, and we used to have to drive down to get her, but I never thought about taking it to Atlanta. Um, I definitely don't like to drive in Atlanta. I don't know about, I will if I need to, but I just don't enjoy it at all. It's just too stressful for me. Um, yeah, it is a lot of siblings. Um, um, my dad had three wives. Well, one he wasn't married to, but still, it was a spouse. Um, and he had two older children. Um, my oldest sister is 80. She's 80, and the one that just passed is 75. Um, and then I have a brother that's 70, around 71, and then I won't tell my sister's age. And then there's some of us in our 60s, and then we have two younger brothers that they're 5 years younger than me, so they're in their 50s. So yes, that was a lot of siblings. And but we weren't the younger ones weren't raised with the older ones as much, except for the brother we just lost. He was in the household when we were younger. But the two older sisters, they're 18, 20 years older than us. So they already were out and had families, and their children were our ages. So, you know, but yeah, we came from a long and a big family from Oklahoma. I have to drop you off at the train station in Atlanta. Really? Have somebody drop me off. Yeah. Yeah, because now if you pay for somebody told me the airport charges like 30 or $40 at the least to park your car a day if you go somewhere. That's ridiculous. Um, it costs less if you let somebody tow it and then have to go pay the towing charge. But I wouldn't do that either. Um, Sugar in the Attic says, I would just like to get by a beach for a few days, but not anytime soon. Yeah, both of my older daughter and my younger son and their families, they went to, where did they go? Jekyll Island? Um, Somewhere around in there. No, I'm sorry, it was the Outer Banks. This year it was the Outer Banks, um, up near Kitty Hawk. So they just got back from there. Um, but I'm not really a beach. I'm okay with walking in it, but I would rather go to the mountains. I'm a mountain girl, I guess. Um, I wasn't raised near the beach, so it was. it was not one of those things that we really knew about until I was a teenager. And my kids love it. Oh, they love it. But me, I'd just rather go up to the mountains and sit by a stream and just listen to the quiet and not worry about sand between my toes. So, Treasure Woman, going to get Chippy. If you're still live, I'll be back. Okay, sounds good to me. Sounds good. Um, let's see. Y'all are going to the Milton, Florida. Oh, listen, I went last year. That was so good. The host that put that on, they had great speakers too. Um, and I mean, it was just really nice. Hey, 9 Acre Farm, how are you today? Um, oh, you checked on it, Miss Southern Bellies. $332 one way? Really? Hey, Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, how are you? Oh, okay. I'll do some more checking on that. Oh, definitely. And it depends on how many days it takes to get over there too. Yeah, you're a fan of Cog Hill and David the Good. I think they're coming again this year. And Mayum Farms, I got some really good dried herbs from them, and some lemongrass. They had plants there. They had some really good herbs there. Um, let's see, Irene's gardening more, us too. That's why we retired here by Cade's Cove. Yeah, the Great Smoky Mountains. I love to hike by the river. I do too. And it's just you can stand by the river and just it's so soothing to hear the water running down over the rocks and stuff. And I could just take a nap there, but it's not safe these days. But yeah, it's ideal for me. So um y'all used to live in Pensacola, Florida, Nisi, and now you got quite a climate change, because you're probably way up there in uh what do you call that, elevation. I don't know why I was going to say evolution. um but yeah. Oh, Google it. I will. Yes, Miss Sotherbell, I will Google it. And um, because I mean, it's like I need to get there the safest and the best way I can without it taking too long. Um, but the trains, they run at night. They can get across country at night. Um, but yeah, I will check that out as soon as I get done here. Um, thank you so much, 9 Acres. 9 Acre. Remind me where you're at. Um, I can't remember everybody where everyone's at. We're in the rural area of Augusta. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Um, and we lived in Augusta since the 80s. We were going to be here. Y'all get this. Let's just go over there for a couple of years, he says. There's a job. There's a nuclear station, and he was in construction part of it. So we're just going to go for 2 or 3 years. That was 1985. We're still here. But after the kids get bigger, and then we had one more child here. So after the kids are bigger, now we have 6 grandchildren, 3 kids and 6 grandchildren. So yeah, I can't leave them. So the Highway 70 yard sale. Yes. Yes. Um, I've been on that one too. The one that goes up to Kentucky, I think, is the 250 mile, and it starts in Gadsden, Alabama. Um, and I'm not sure about the 500 one. It may start somewhere in Alabama too. Um, Donna says she won some at the casino yesterday. Oh, and my sister-in-law won a little chunk of change too. I should have gave you $1 so you could stick some quarters in that one arm bandit for me. Um, since y'all are the lucky ones. But yeah, so we've been on several, and we've also been on the yard sale from Macon to Brunswick, Georgia. Um, there's a lot of distance in between there that there's nothing. But there's a couple of really small towns about halfway. So after the first year, we just went straight down to the small towns, and we stayed in the 2 or 3 towns there, and that's where the biggest part of the antiques was at on that one. Um, Miss Southern Belle says, "Air train? Really? Huh, I've never heard of that." Christy says, "My sister and brother-in-law won't leave Oregon because of the grandkids. They could live so much cheaper where anywhere else." Yes, I lived in Portland for a couple of years and worked up in Beaverton. So I lived there a little while before I got married. Um, let's see. Oh, Belt Loop says we used to go up there twice a year. Haven't been in 2 years. We're planning on a trip though in the fall. Yeah, the virus kind of messed up everybody's traveling schedule. So now I don't know. Maybe that's why the venues are so booked up ahead of time. Is because this year it's like everybody's cutting loose because they've not been able to. So, oh, Christy, they're in Beaverton, really? Yeah, I worked in a factory, a plant over there that made parts for oscilloscopes. Um, and I mean, it's still there. My girlfriend's still there. She's been there 35 years, and she started when I did. So yeah, that Beaverton is a nice little town. Um, I don't know what an air train is either, Belt Loop. But I am going to do some research on that, definitely. Um, and Miss Southern Belle, she's doing it. She's quick. She's already looked it all up for me. That is cool. Um, oh, it's been about work for you too. You start having 6-day weeks, and then we're short staffed. Oh my gosh, talk about short staffed. Am Park train is located on Peachtree Road. Yeah, Miss. Oh, okay, I know where that is. Um, my husband works at AutoZone. It's just a little 15-hour job, and he took it just to, keep himself busy when he wasn't working on the farm. Well, almost 5 years later, he's working 40 hours a week because they can't keep anybody. You know, he's the only one with the key that can open the door and close the door. So he has to split his days. Of course, we only live 4 miles, so it's not that bad. But you still have to use your gas to go back 2 or 3 times a day. So, oh, Miss Southern Belle says pick a chair that you can lay down and go to sleep in. Oh yeah, I can go to sleep sitting up, but I would rather be reclined a little bit. Probably more than an airline would be reclined. Um, because the other ones are very uncomfortable. Oh, really? Okay. And Donna says she's going to take me to Las Vegas before I go home. Now, okay. There's nothing wrong with having a little entertainment to break up your stressful trip, for sure. Um yeah, I heard that there's beds on those trains, but with little curtains. That's all I can think of is these little curtains. But I'm sure they're not like that. Um, but yeah, Christy, it is hard to get employees. They want a paycheck, but they don't want to do anything for it. And like my husband says, it's like drama land. And somebody will call and says, "Oh, I got in a fight with one of the kids and it upset me and I got to go home." He's like, "Oh my god." He said, "I can't believe." He said, "Just tell them to suck it up. You'll be home when your shift's over." You can't leave me here by myself. You have to have more than one employee in the store. and they don't want to work. You hire them to drive parts to the all the different automotive places that need parts, and they can't keep a driver's license. It's like, okay, we hired you for a driver to be a driver. Now you don't have a driver's license, but you don't want to work in the store to stock shelves because you think that's hard work. So, yeah, you can't get good employees. I couldn't work around them. I'd be snatching them up and barking at them. I can deal with animals better because even if they butt you, you can get the best of them. So, yeah, but let's see, bison short rib video premiering today at noon. Oh, that is cool. Um, I think we had when we were up in Montana, and I can't remember the town, but it was pretty cool little town. Um, we had bison burgers. Oh, they were really good. So I have eaten bison before. Um, it was a town. We took a train in this little town, and it went like 3 miles, and it was in Colorado, whatever y'all say it. Um, it was on our trip. It was on our trip from Augusta to Montana, and we ended up going all the way to through Oregon and Washington, and we took a ferry over into Canada too. So we really made our trip long that time. We were gone a month. Um, Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. You're in West Tennessee. Very nice. Very nice. My son moved from Gallatin. He taught us a year of school up there, but he's back now. So it was nice to visit up there also. Very nice. Um, Miss Southern Belle, it only travels to San Francisco Bay Area, Calamalo. I don't think I've heard of that town, but San Francisco might. Well, see, Bakersfield is halfway in the middle of California. Um, I'm not sure how far, but I still have to check it out. Um, I could also go to the uh, Las Vegas area too, if it came close. Thank you so much. Um, it's very tough to lose a family member. It's tough for me. I hadn't been able to see him for 6 years, but to lose a spouse that you've been with for 30, 40 years, um, it's devastating. That you have to change your way of life. It's hard when you're not around them every day, but when you're used to being around them every day and caring for them and cooking for them, and you just feel disconnected. So yes, it's very difficult for her. He has one daughter and two stepchildren, but they don't live in the area. So yeah, it's very tough to deal with death. My mother dealt with death early on. She lost a child that was 5 years old to polio or the complications of polio back in the 50s. And, you know, and then a few years later, 10 years later, she lost her husband. And here she had five living children then. So, you know, death is devastating, but we learn how to cope. Yes, and Christy had her sister lost her sister a few months ago. Um, so I mean, it's just something we all deal with it differently. Um, you know, and I don't know how I'm going to deal with it when I get over there. That may be a little bit different. Sometimes you can hold it together until you get around, near the ones that you really just need a hug. So I may be a basket case when I get over there, but I will be able to see my brothers and my sister and their families and my uncle and close friends. So, because I grew up as a teenager in Bakersfield. So, um, but yeah, Christy, what'd you say? He says it's just best to keep your mouth shut when the boss is mad, unless it is to say yes, sir. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think they really have a good boss down at AutoZone. Um, and my husband is not one that he's not a confrontational type person. If somebody is carrying on, he soothes it over, you know, he's just that type. He doesn't, get mad and start yelling or anything. But when they're all going off and in a tansy, he just leaves the room. He's like, when y'all are done, I'll be back. That's the way he deals with it. So, yeah. Well, it has been an hour. Golly, I really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me today. I just, the longer you stay away from conversations with your friends on YouTube and we do have a lot of friends. Um, the more difficult it is. Oh, you didn't have a service? Oh, yeah, because of COVID, Christy. Yeah. Um, and it does affect the way you grieve. It's just like it's going to be different. Um, it's going to be different for me because I haven't been around them for a while. So I've got to prepare myself for that. But I will. But they are having a celebration of life. He did not want a funeral. He didn't want people walking by and staring at him and saying how good he looked or, you know, um, whatever. He didn't want that. And he just wanted to be spread his ashes someday when she's ready. But it's the celebration of life is for us to celebrate his life where he came he went to California with less than $100 in his pocket when he was um I think he was 18, and hitched a ride with his music teacher from Oklahoma to California, and he made his way, and he lived very comfortable, and he made his way that nobody did anything for him. um so Yeah, Christy, you told your family to have a party for you because we'll be celebrating in heaven. Yes, yes. It, you know, we all will celebrate differently, and like I say, it's gonna be difficult for us because um, Jack was there when we were small children. He was our father figure from a very young age. The two younger boys don't even remember our real dad. I barely remember him. Um, so Jack was our father figure, and it is going to be hard because you can't pick up the phone and call him and ask him, how to tend to the cattle, or, he liked farm questions. He liked it when I called and got advice, even though I may have known the answer. I always tried to do that because he loved teaching. He loved showing a young person how to make it in life without being given everything. So yeah, that was Jack. But anyway, I guess I will let you guys go, and I'm sure I'll be back next week, and we'll talk some more and maybe have some good updates uh instead of uh all the sadness. But I appreciate that. Miss Southern Belle. Okay, try triple A to help to find a great price. Yeah, you know what? I think we have a triple A membership. Um Christy says, I think I'll have a small gathering in Tennessee and spread her ashes there because I thought she would be going with you. Yeah. Well, you need to keep her as close as you need to keep her. Um, and if that makes you feel, I mean, plant a nice little garden for her, somewhere you can visit. And nothing wrong with talking. I talk to my mother all the time. I can ask my sister. We talk to her, and we actually, it helps us through the day. So yeah, it does. Let's see, who did I miss? Oh, Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. You love the mountains too? Oh my gosh, I do. I love the mountains. Um, I think I have a membership and I will check into that. Definitely. Hey, Cottonwood Ranch. It's so nice to see you. So nice. Let's see. Someone someone hid a message here. Let me see what that message says. Um, I don't know why they hid your message, Donna. It just had a little face with a sad face on it. And they hid one for Miss Southern Belle. Oh, probably is because of your email. I will look for your email. Thank you. I will. Um, I don't know why they said holding it for review, because probably because you said look for my email, but that's okay. I will anyway. Yes, at Cottonwood Ranch, I do have a mod, Jason from Skinner Farms, but he's not in today. Um, is that something you'd be interested in? Um, but no, Jason is this is the first one he's missed, I guess. Um, but yeah, that helps. I really have to talk to somebody about how StreamYard works because I'm totally lost. I've got it to where I think I can use it, but I don't know how to get it really started or how to schedule. And so it's hard doing something when you can't talk to somebody. I can FaceTime, but that's it. And but I have to learn to do that because I on my other channel I need to start doing lives also on my arts and crafts and crochet channel. So it's something I really need to do. Um, but I've only had one. What do you call those trolls? I did have one troll last time, but if you're up for it, Cottonwood Branch, I'd be totally happy, totally. Um, and Miss Southern Belle too. But um, I will let y'all know when the next one comes up, and log on and click to start the stream, and then it gives you an option to start now or schedule for later. Okay, I'll go back and look at it again. Because now I've got to go back and delete the start of one that didn't. I just couldn't figure out how to get it started, but it's just sitting out there with nothing on it. So yes, I do watch Mr. Boots, and I don't think I've heard of Devil Dog now. If he's been in his lives, oh, he does a lot of talk about StreamYard. Yeah, and I was gonna email Mr. Boots and ask him about it, um, but I didn't get a chance to do it before this one. But yeah, I do. I need some practice. So I mean, nothing like jumping right in there and doing it right. Oh, Miss Southern Belle, I think so, but I am a fairly new subscriber. Um, at Annie's Kitchen and Urban Homestead. Devil Dog is really nice. Well, he sounds really nice. Yeah, I will go check out. I'm gonna have to start keeping a list of the channels I really, I like to go and support them. Sometimes when they pop up on my screen, it's like, oh, that's when I go. It's because it reminds me. And if I'm out feeding animals or something, I may not see it when they go live or when they have a new video up. But I do try. It's just there's so many that I really enjoy, and you get a little something different from all of them. So yeah, I have. We have a little bit of time left in the Christmas in July fairies. 22. I am participating with that this year again. And I've really met a lot of nice people. And yeah, there are a lot of people that are arts and crafts and yarn, but there's some homesteaders too. And there may be some, I don't know, there may be some coin people too. But so yeah. Oh, he was on your stream last night. Oh, Devil Dog was. Um, Yeah, I don't have any discount military, but I have senior citizen. I should use that. Um, Definitely to help get that plane ticket down. Um, but yeah, uh, he taught me a lot last night about StreamYard. Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. Because I think StreamYard is should be easier than what I've been doing, but you never know. Um, yeah, I do stay up to midnight sometimes, but I'm usually working on something to try to get it finished before I hit the sack. But that's when I get stuff done is after 9, between 9 and 1. That's when I get a lot. And that I talk to my family on the West Coast, because of their time difference. Um, I watch the replay. Yes, I'll do that, Miss Southern Belle. I'll watch the replay. Um, Laughing out loud. I just go online when I get home. Oh, so you just do pop-up lives. Okay. Now, I did upgrade my phone a couple of days ago, and I've got more time, not time. I've got more space on it now. Before I would get all my stuff together. I would have to download or offload apps to get my video up, and I'm probably not the only one that does that. But so add I did change my phone so I have more space on it, and hopefully I'll get better reception too. So hey, Mr. Boots, we were just talking about you. How are you doing? You're probably still on lunch break. Um, yeah, I'm having a good day. Been sitting here chatting with some friends and family. We're still in the planning stage for my brother's memorial celebration of life. Uh, I think it's going to be around the 16th. So I'm trying to manage one of those outrageous plane tickets. Whew, I tell you, it goes right along with getting your car fixed. I know some of y'all have had to deal with that. Um, but yeah, I'm taking it day by day, and when I get to California, it'll be better, and I'll be able to see all my siblings that live there, and so. But that's not going to happen for a couple of weeks. Having trouble with the venues and finding a venue that's decent or affordable. Yes. Yes, and and I really should have emailed you, Stephen, because I felt like I was at a point where StreamYard was confusing me about how to actually implement a live once you had it scheduled. So I need to talk to you about that. Um, but because I felt like I'm struggling to schedule. I just, I'm kind of lost there, but I do need to talk to you about it. So and it looks like we probably won't get to go to Kentucky. Um, it's gonna take a lot to go to California. Um, Round trip tickets are anywhere from 1,000 to $1,300 on the plane, but I'm still looking at other avenues. Um, so working on that. But anyway, so I guess I'm gonna have to get off here. I need to go check on the animals, make sure the cows aren't out again today. I can't do what I did 2 days ago. That was just too much having 5 cows out on the road. Um, I'm almost ready to back up the stock trailer, load them up, almost. But I have done some goats lately, though. We're about a third of what we were. Yes, having getting to see family, Stephen, is going to it's going to make it, I don't say better, but it will make it, I think we'll all connect a little bit, and that's what we need. And we need to connect with my sister-in-law too, because now she's in Arizona with no family, my family over there. Um, so she's feeling like, alone, and so I think it's going to be really good for her too, um, to see all the Johnsons again. I think we just need that. We need to see each other more than just funerals and weddings, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. Um, but especially if you have a ton of animals and stuff to take care of, which that's my own doing. But anyway, so I just about lost everybody. So I will see y'all next week, and Stephen, I will email you and see if we can't help me get that StreamYard thing working. So, but I will see you guys soon. Um, if not on your next live, your next video. Buffalo burgers. Yeah. I yeah, buffalo burgers. I've even had ostrich burgers. I wasn't as crazy about that as I was buffalo though. Buffalo was better. So, but I will see you guys next week if you're able. I would love it. And y'all have a good week the rest of the week, and stay safe, stay cool. We're finally going to be cool, so going to enjoy some of this rain, but I will see y'all later. Bye now. Thanks, Stephen. Thank you, Miss Southern Belle. Thank you all.